On the heels of another debate, 1 in 3 voters plan to vote by mail. And Brad, we've heard a lot of controversy about how that's going to work.
Yeah, we sure have. Will there be problems, or is this just a lot of political spin? We're trying to help set the record straight. And investigative reporter Angie Rocono actually tested the mail.
So we rented 2 post office boxes, one in Liberty, Missouri, and then another one in Lenexa, Kansas. And then we sent out 100 ballot-sized envelopes. We sent them in the blue boxes like this for the most part. And then ideally, you would get them all back, right? Well, that didn't happen. This was not our best idea. Mailing 200 ballots, I've got it mapped, all over the Kansas City metro area was a huge pain in the stamp. It was expensive. We rented post office boxes and sent 200 pieces of mail from ourselves to ourselves from all over the city. Here's a map of every place we hit. Because to really get good results, you need to send ballots in the city. Last one in KCK. Ballots in the suburbs, and ballots all over the place. You get the idea. South of here, Olathe. Some we mailed together, and some were solo missions. While I'm griping, the worst part was filling out 200 envelopes with notes inside. It's like a terrible wedding. There's no cake or dancing in the end. The final result is me in a mask checking the mailbox day after day. But here's why we did it.
We've got to watch this ballot scam because they're scamming us.
The president is sounding the alarm, and some private citizens have stepped forward claiming they have strange ballots.
It was postmarked out of Fargo, North Dakota.
Elections are decided a state at a time, so that's why we tested Missouri and Kansas. Bottom line, they didn't all come back. And while we put a few in mailboxes, the vast majority were simply mailed directly from blue boxes.
Ridgeview, Broadmoor, Fairfax.
That's really giving the postal system a pretty big advantage right from the jump. Let's go to Kansas first. 2 ballots are missing. That's right, 2 out of 100. Doesn't sound too bad, right?
2 and 3, what's the big deal, right?
So we asked KCTV5 political commentator Pete Mundo if we were being picky.
It's a serious concern as we get ready for Election Day, whether it's a presidential race, which we know is going to be close in certain upper Midwest states, or any of our local races. 2.5% in the divisive time that we have right now is a much bigger number than it sounds like initially.
And we checked.
Nothing.
And checked.
No.
They never came. We gave it almost a full month.
We're still missing 2.
And in Kansas, your ballot needs to be there by election night. Even if those 2 ballots magically appear, they won't be counted.
What do you think even happened to that one?
It looks like a boot print. Look there.
My gosh, don't you wish envelopes could talk? What did this poor guy go through?
I think maybe we dropped it and drove over it before we mailed it.
We did not.
Here's something else. 12 went through the postal system, but were not postmarked. They did have a barcode at the bottom. Turns out that doesn't matter. As long as your envelope shows up, your vote is counted. Now, some positive news for Kansas. They were fast. 98 envelopes showed up within days. Let's go to Missouri, where things were different. Let's do good news first. 99 ballots came back. But remember, 1% could be big in an election. And Missouri is like Kansas. You better vote early because your ballot must be in on time to be counted. Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft is encouraging people to mail it in a full 2 weeks early. He is absolutely correct. Only 72 arrived within a week. The rest arrived a week later. 8 had no postmarks. And 2 were, let's call them naked. It looks like they were never mailed. But good news, these will still be counted in an election. We checked with the Secretary of State.
I've never seen an apology note.
On to the bad news, including this guy who showed up 3 weeks late in a plastic bag. That's right, 3 weeks late with an apology.
We hope you understand. We assure you that we are constantly striving to improve our processing methods in order that even a rare occurrence may be eliminated.
In this case, we have numerous problems. Let's break it all down. 26 ballots took a week to show up. 1 ballot came 3 weeks late in a baggie, and 1 is missing.
You're seeing a small sample of what that could look like.
Oh, this is a small sample, but you get the idea.
Okay. I thought maybe we got the ballot. It's not.
Just a small batch didn't reassure us about the post office.